Hey folks, this is Best in Slot. Welcome to the next dev diary for Prehistoric Kingdom. We're taking a look today at June 2024, hot on the heels of brand new update 11, which only came out 2 days ago and adds a bunch of really fantastic things to the game. You can check my video on that on the channel already. But what is coming next to Prehistoric Kingdom? They are not resting on their laurels. Let's dig in and take a look, including at one of the brand new dinosaurs that's going to arrive in the next update. Before that though, let's talk about some other stuff. So first things first, some changes that need to be made in the wake of update 11. These are ones that aren't going to be part of the next big update, but they're going to be added to the game via small patches across the next few weeks and months. To pick out some highlights, things are going to be cheaper, you're going to get a little bit more money, staff are going to move a lot faster, you're going to have a staff center and a loading bay by default in your parks, which makes a lot of sense, you kind of need those to get started. And one of the cooler ones is at the very bottom there, add a convert to sandbox game button option, meaning that if you're done with your challenge mode or you're happy with your challenge mode, you can convert it to sandbox, or alternatively, if you've started to build your park and then things suddenly go terribly wrong and you're going bankrupt and you can't continue, you can just turn it into a sandbox and redeem it and carry on in a sandbox park. So there's a few other things there, feel free to read it yourselves, but that's the main jazz. It's kind of just little tweaks here and there more than anything else. Another one of the plans being added soon is notifications in like a notification tab informing you of the park problems. At the moment, you see above the building, you've got these little icons saying you don't have a staff member or you don't have a path or you're out of stock or something like that. Well, now, as you can see on the left hand side, these will now be split into separate park issues and you'll be able to see them all there in one place. So those are changes coming to the existing update, but what is coming in update 12, the next big update for Prehistoric Kingdom? Probably not that far away, we never have to wait too long for these updates. Well, we're getting 2 brand new dinosaurs, 3 sort of, and we can take a look at one of those right now. Brontosaurus excelsus, the thunder lizard, this absolutely beautiful gigantic sauropod. This is an alternate genus based on the Apatosaurus. So Apatosaurus is coming along with Brontosaurus, and Brontosaurus will be, I think, just a single skin that you can kind of pick for the Apatosaurus, or 2, you never know, but either way, Brontosaurus and Apatosaurus will be contained together. And let's take a look at it in game. It really is a beautiful looking sauropod. I love again that we're seeing these sauropods with really evocative, strong patterning, lots of color, lots of variation there. Really looking forward to seeing the other skins. I'm sure there's an Apatosaurus skin out there that's maybe a little bit tamer for those who like that, but then I hope there's one that's a little bit just crazy, balls to the wall mad, you know? I think sauropods get neglected a lot when it comes to colours and pattern, and Prehistoric Kingdom does not fall into that trap whatsoever. We've got a really good sense of the scale here, gigantic things, and one thing I really like as well, these sort of keratin spikes you can see going down the sort of the front 2/3 of the neck, sort of splitting out from the side. It gives me very slight Prehistoric Planet sort of vibes. They're not about to inflate, but it's cool to have those extra little details on there. You can see also we've got the elongated spines going down the back there. You can see the ridgeline that that's making as well, and each of those dropping down into this lovely, almost like electric kind of patterning. Now, this wasn't mentioned in the dev diary, but it was mentioned in an update a while ago. There is another dinosaur coming as part of update 12, and that is Ankylosaurus magniventris. We only have the concept art for this at the moment, but I'm really excited about this one. This will be our first Ankylosaurid. Really excited to see that sort of version of it in the game. Of course, it looks much more like what we now know Ankylosaurus looks like. We do have a little bit more information about what to expect in update 12, however. Today's video is going to be quite a short one, we're actually near the end already. They're going to introduce a proper park rating system, or improvements to the park rating system, I should say. At the moment, you can see your park rating, but it's a little bit ethereal. It's a little bit hard to grasp onto and know exactly what is leading to your park rating. Well, that is going to change. There's going to be a park rating into the management view. We can see how your animals are contributing via unique species and via welfare. You know, you need to keep these animals happy if you want a good rating. Your guests with your population goal, and again, how happy they are. Staff members, how many you've got, how efficient they are, and again, you're happy. So you're going to have to run you're happy? You're going to have to run an efficient, well laid out park that really cares for your animals and your staff members if you want to, you know, cram that rating all the way to 5 stars. Another change that I think they wanted for update 11, but it's going to be in update 12, is additional guest variation. They said things like alternate colours, you know, just various different clothing options and stuff like that. I've done a little artist rendition here. This must be a balloon, by the way. Well, I mean, I didn't do it. I hired a professional artist to do it, obviously. So hats, some guests will have hats, probably not top hats, but you never do know. Some guests will be holding mobile phones, which is what that weird little black brick is. Either way, the point is just to make our guests feel a little bit more individual and unique. One of the things that was added in update 11 that I didn't actually talk about is the ability to click on a guest and get a little bit of information about them. When guest hunting and dinosaurs eating guests finally gets added to the game, not a high priority, I know, that's down the line. But when that gets added to the game, we can finally bring back our JPOG dino hunting people betting pool kind of thing. I'm very, very excited about that. The guy with the balloon is going to die first. And finally, time is TBD. No ETA given. It might be update 12, maybe it's a little bit later, maybe it's halfway through, who knows. But they're going to develop a full-on tutorial system. The help system in the game is pretty great. If you load into PK and you're struggling a little bit, definitely just go read through the help system and you'll get a long way and you'll probably be pretty okay. But a tutorial system that lets you kind of follow along with all the basic steps the first time, you know, breed a dinosaur, build a little exhibit, build a nursery, etc, etc. That would be a really helpful thing to beginner players, because the game can feel a little bit oppressive at the very start, I'm sure, if you're new to the genre, and you gotta court those newbies at the end of the day. So tutorial system is added down the line as well. And that's about it. We do not have a ton of information quite yet. I'm sure we'll find out more as time comes along. That's not a real sentence. Really excited to see that Ankylosaurus. The Brontosaurus looks absolutely magnificent. Really excited to have another big, chunky, thick sauropod in the game. It's been rendered and painted absolutely beautifully, as you would expect by this point with PK. And I'm really excited to see the management aspect of the game continue to develop, because it's a really satisfying gameplay loop. It maybe needs some tweaks here and there, but the basal loop is really nice and makes it feel like a proper zoo game in a way. So I'm really excited to dig into that, maybe play a bit of challenge mode in the future as well. That's about it. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to go watch the second half of the football. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Throw me a like down below, yada yada yada. And I will link in the description of this video this devlog if you want to read it for yourself. There's a little series at the end which I haven't included, but it's like bloopers from the animation process for the guests and stuff like that. And it's pretty funny, so I recommend you hop onto the website and check it out and give them some views and stuff as well. Until next time, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye.